So hello folks, and welcome back to SnowRunner, where I am going to attempt the ImpossImandra challenge again. I was doing the challenge at one point and lost all my save files during an update. So I'm going to attempt it again. So for those of you that will be watching this on YouTube, beginning of the video, if I do it correctly, we'll have the rules for the ImpossImandra challenge. Come on, you get up there. And I'm going to go over the rules as I run into them throughout this video. So the ImpossImandra challenge was suggested to me, and it's a challenge that somebody read on Reddit, and we were talking about it, and I thought the challenge was a bit easier than I wanted. I wanted something really tough. So I have added a few rules to it. But basically the ImpossImandra challenge is I will work on the first maps of every region. And every time I jump a level, so I'm at level 1 now, when I reach level 2 I have to stop what I'm doing and jump to Alaska. And I will do Alaska until I reach level 3. Level 3, as soon as I get that, I have to stop what I'm doing, and I have to jump over to Lake Cove. And so on and so forth until I reach the last map. And once I move to the next level, after reaching the next map, or the last map, then I will come back here to Black River and continue it again. So I will keep going until I reach another level and then jump maps. I am only allowed to work the first maps of each region until I get those maps completed. And that means all of the tasks and all of the missions have to be completed. I don't know why I'm going that way. Before I can move into the second map of each region. Now there will be some of the tasks that I cannot complete, or some of the missions, because they'll require me to go to a new map. So when I actually run out of tasks and missions, then I can jump over to a new map. Continue on. Now for the challenging part, I can't use gas stations. I'm going to have to carry my own fuel. I also cannot recover back to the garage. Everything has to be driven back. I have to start out getting all of the watchtowers for doing any tasks or missions on that map. And once I've gotten the watchtowers, then I have to start working on the tasks. I have to do the tasks in order as the task giver gives them to me. Once I've completed all the tasks, then I can move into the missions. Okay. So, some other rules that I'm going to be holding myself to. Manual loading of all cargo. If the game allows me to manually load. There are some cargoes that you are not allowed to manually load, which could get very interesting now that we have log missions in here. Also, I will not be using any mods or downloaded trucks. I can only use the trucks that everybody has access to. Which really sucks. I like my downloaded trucks. The mods part doesn't bother me, because I don't use mods anyway. Now, unlike my first attempt at this, I am not going to require myself to open up every road, get all roads out of the dark areas before moving on, because that's just a pain in the butt. But speaking of vehicles, I cannot sell any of my vehicles unless I own a double of it. So an example would be when I go over to, eventually go over to Smithville Dam, there's another Chevy over there. So when I go over and get that, I will be required to sell that Chevy because I can only own one of each vehicle. Where am I going to go? I think I need to go get... Yeah. I think I need to go up here and get the International and get it moving in case I run into some issues with this truck. Damn, ran a stop sign. Now I am going to buy and sell trailers at leisure. Because the first time I did it, I could not sell trailers. And it is very hard to make any money in this game by doing it this way if you don't sell a couple of trailers. Just can't afford the upgrades. And I will need upgrades in order to get to some of these later maps. Like you. Go away. So, why is it called the ImpossImandra challenge? Because it really sucks. And it's really hard. It's way harder than it needs to be. Sometimes it borders on not being fun at all. Just like Imandra. So I started calling some areas on the map, you know, where there's way too deep of snow or too deep mud, way harder than it needs to be, I started calling it ImpossImandra. So I figured that was a good name for the challenge. And I tell you what, this is way harder than it needs to be. That's what makes it fun. Till you get over the Yukon. Yukon is not so fun over there with barely upgraded trucks. But it is doable. Alright, so we're going to run over here, take a little shortcut. Now, before I do any of the tasks, I have to... So I went to get the GMC first, just in case I roll. What I will have to do is I'm going to have to use Map Runner to ensure that I have all of the tasks on the task giver prior to starting the tasks. Hello. Make sure I can get in you, and I can. Alright. So I'm going to get these down the bottom of the hill. One is going to go get an upgrade and a watchtower, while the other goes and gets another upgrade. And yeah, you better start. Make sure that you're in all-wheel drive. Alrighty. So I'm going to have to rely heavily, to my utter disappointment, on the international. Here. Actually, I can take them both this way. Actually, I really shouldn't. Yeah, I will. It's a pain in the butt, and they will make it. Back over those rocks. There we go. So I actually had a lot of fun doing this challenge, and it definitely is a challenge. Except for the last episode. I tried to cross a river and lost 2 trucks. Which I still had no idea how I was going to get those trucks out. And all of my files were deleted because they updated the game 2 days later. I lost everything. That's all right. When you lose everything, you just start it all over. Luckily, I like this game. Excuse me. Luckily, I like this game, and I was willing to start everything all over again. Come on. Mud, mud, mud. Alright. It's actually going to make this a lot more challenging since last update. Because the vehicles do not get near the gas mileage they used to. I don't think the scouts were affected that much, but the bigger trucks were definitely affected. Sorry about your fence. Alright. I would discover that trailer, but I don't want to get... Right now I'm not looking to get points. I want to get as few as I possibly can. Which means that I can get more upgrades. Before I actually have to jump to Alaska. Okay, you there? So where I'm heading to now, I've got another upgrade to pick up for this truck. And then we're going to head to the corner of the map with the GMC and see if I can't get across this river. There are 3 ways to get across the river, and none of them are that appealing. Because I can't do the first mission until I have all the watchtowers. Now there is an exception to the rule of doing tasks first. I actually have to do the mission going across the river. But I'm getting all the watchtowers first. because that is the first mission in the game. The game requires it before you can even get tasks. Which kind of sucks. Now, I did say there's no recovery back to the garage. And there's an exception to that rule also. So when I do jump levels, every vehicle that's able to move under its own power, I will recover back to the garage so I can jump to the next level. If it's on a mission and load it up, I have to remove the cargo and get it to the garage so I can jump to the next region. And the reason for that is so that I'm not tempted to pick up a mission or do something after I have leveled up. But now if the vehicle can't move under its own power, if it's stuck or flipped, or even out of gas, it has to stay behind. Or I have to go correct the problem before I can bring it back to the garage. So a lot of rules in this. I'm going to make it a whole lot more challenging. Put up here. Hurt my truck too much. So there. Oh no! I'll flip you over. I looked away just for a second. So accidents happen. Now the GMC. The problem I'm also going to have with the first mission is I've got to take the GMC to the garage to get a crane put on it before I can come over and get the metal beam. Or no, I don't even. Oh, there's a metal beam over there. There's a metal beam at the garage. I can pick up and bring back, but I will have to get the wood over there. I still have to cross back over the river in order to deliver the wood here. That's not the button I want. That's the button I want. I don't want to go too far in there because the truck will get stuck. Yep. I don't know why they put the up. Don't know why they put the or took the option out to not have any of the hints. At one point there was an option where you can just do away with all the hints and not have to watch them over and over. And in the next update they took that part out. Now, vehicle recovery for new vehicles. Vehicle discovery, put it that way. There are some vehicles that are considered mission vehicles, meaning you have to do a mission in order to get the vehicle. And then there's just flat out free vehicles. When you find them, they belong to you. I can get the ones that when you find them, they belong to you, but if it's a mission, I have to wait until I do missions, which is really going to suck because the White Western Star is actually a mission. It's free, but you've got to do a mission first in order to get it. Alright. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know that's my favorite truck in the game. And it's going to be a long time before I can get that truck. It's also going to be a very long time before I can get the SnowRunner gears for the big trucks. Alright, Chevy. Do it this way. You're going to need a little bit of gas. No punch. Alright, so it is starting to get dark, and that's another rule I can't do. I cannot advance time of my own free will. So if I'm doing a mission and it automatically jumps to midnight, that's okay. Alright. So I'm thinking crossing is right here. That's the crossing I should be able to make. So I have done it with a Chevy that's not been upgraded. But I have not done it with a GMC. And I totally missed it. Alright, let's do some, or not the road, but the path. Let's do a little bit of scouting. And you're going to need a little more gas. Oh, you're already running. Couldn't hear the engine. How did I get down And was that the right place? Yeah, that's the right place. And I need to go further down. I think I need to go further down. Or was it right here? Or was it the island? Man, I can't remember now. I don't remember if it was the island I went across or it's over here. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it's over here. But it might be. Come on, no tipping. No, it is the island. Okay. There's no path going up that. Man, it's been so long since I tried it. Can't remember. Well, this might be a short challenge. I can't remember the way over. I think it is this way, though. Because you come up through here. All right, let's get the GMC and try it. Oh, that's not good. Come on, GMC. You can do it. Well, it's the reason it's called the ImpossImandra challenge. So, where else can I hook a winch to? That's going to help me much. Ooh, but you might. Now I got you. Nope, it's not this way. Give me no visible range. So it has to be up the other way. Now I'm stuck. And GMC isn't even trying. Okay. Let's use a rock. Yeah, that's not far. Fire from the other side. Ah, shoot, that ain't just get damaged. Yep, I'm done. Nothing I can do. Yep, the water's got it now. Well, so much for this challenge. Yep, it's done. There's no way I can repair it. There's no way I can even get to the other side of the river now. Oh sure, drive on in. Alright, so much for this challenge. I have to figure out where the crossing is. I don't remember. So we'll let the river take you. And this does not have a snorkel on it, so it's no way it can cross the river anywhere. Alright, well, I gave it a shot. Didn't work out. I have to do a little more careful planning. Now you're stuck. I could go to the other side of the map, but not without the GMC. It won't work without the GMC. So I'm wondering if maybe they made this deeper. Yeah, there's no way I can get across it. Yep, it needs a GMC to pull it across. And that might have been the path right there, but I don't see any path going up. I don't know. I'll figure it out another time. Welcome back to SnowRunner, the ImpossImandra challenge. So, last night was not a good night for the ImpossImandra challenge. I ended up losing 2 trucks into the river because I picked the wrong place to cross, and I basically have to start all over again. And that's what we're getting ready to do. Now, we're not starting all over from the beginning in the video, because I'm going to add the video from last night to this video to make one video out of it. So what I have done is basically retrace my steps that I did last night. Got some upgrades, got the where's it at? There it is. I went over and I got the Scout, and I came back over here and I just got the first watchtower, which is the one you're supposed to get first, but I've already gotten 2 already, just to clear this area of the map. And now we're going to go down and do the mission for the first truck. So to show that I did not cheat and just recover the trucks, because you can do that, even though you don't have a garage. If in the beginning of the game you screw something up, you end up flipping a truck, you don't have no way to flip it back over, you can recover and it puts it back in the last safe spot you were in, which is normally wherever the truck first began. And if you were to, let's say we discover the GMC, or like I discovered that one, if I hit the recover, then it's going to take me back up where that one was, because that was the last safe spot that I was at. But again, to show that I did not cheat and just recover the trucks, you can see up here we have the GMC, and I have not located it yet. So let's get over here, and first truck, we'll accept that. And oh, we're already tracking it. Good. Alright, so I get my first truck. But I did this so that you didn't have to watch me do all that other stuff all over again. So we're basically about 5 minutes away from where I was when I lost the trucks last night. And change trucks. And we're going to do this the right way this time. Alright, I'm going to do it basically the same as I did last night, except for the river crossing. And we're not going to take the GMC across the river. GMC is going to stay on this side of the river. Because I did go back, I restarted the game, and I found the place where I was supposed to cross, and I went ahead and crossed, and I went up to the garage. I got the garage, And I had to jump to Alaska, of course, because it's a requirement. And then I just went around and I was looking at some of the other missions. And what I did not realize is that in order to get tasks, to go ahead and accept them, just to have them accepted, I have to do this bridge. Otherwise, it's not going to let me accept tasks. So once I get all of the watchtowers open and get my upgrades, then I should be able to do the bridge here, since it is a requirement in the beginning of the game, and then jump to Alaska. But there is no sense in me taking the GMC across the river and having to bring it right back. So I'm going to leave it on this side. And we'll pick up our Chevy. Because I can make it across with the Chevy. I'm going to do a lot of damage to it. Hopefully I can get it across in the right spot without drowning it out. And if I do drown it out, then I have the GMC over here that I know can make it across the path that I have chosen. And we see our buddy the wolf up there disappeared. Hey, the rain stopped. I do have to be careful with the Chevy because, like I said, I am going to take damage getting across the river. And as long as I have a quarter of my health left when I get across the river, then I can make it to the garage on that. As long as it's not backfiring. Alright, stop here, because I do need to steal some gas. I've only got 8 gallons left. And there are, cannot use gas stations in this room. Fuel. That might as well fill it up. I am going to pass a fuel tanker that I can refuel it. And let's get the GMC. Alright, so let me look. Old bridge reconstruction. I can get the garage without the old bridge. But like I said, once I get back to the garage, then I'll have to accept the mission and get the Chevy here so that I can continue on with the game. If I don't do that, then the game's going to be all screwy. It's not going to like it that I go out of order. And this game hates me enough sometimes that I don't want to give it another reason to hate me. And yeah. So here's where I made the mistake last time. I tried to go over the hill there, and I actually need to go up to this tower. cross the river there. So thank you, Burton, for reminding me of that, because I have forgotten. And it's right there where the reeds are. So if I come over here, and there's a little shallow area right here, right there on my left. Now, like I said, I am going to take damage, and what I want to do is back up here, go across this way.